So I'm sure you've heard slow and steady wins the race, right? Now, a relatable lesson that small steps over time can tackle the most difficult of challenges, but it also carries significant advice for your financial life. Despite success stories of these overnight millionaires with cryptocurrencies or NFTs, slow and steady investments over time, it's one of the best ways to make money. You know, Overnight success stories, they're the exception, not the standard. Now, you're going to see a lot of headlines on financial achievements that cover a tiny fraction of extremely lucky individuals who found success investing in the right thing at the right time, right? They bought Bitcoin when it first came out or selling an NFT at the perfect time. Right now, these success stories feed our need for instant gratification and just exacerbate our fear of missing out, right? But when studied, those people, they made insane bets the average person just couldn't afford, and it can't be repeated. Despite how many classes, courses, or books those people want to sell you to tell you about their secrets, you're not going to be able to recreate the luck that they had to help them succeed. Otherwise, everybody be a millionaire. It'd be super easy, right? Historically, there are the proven ways to make money. They're boring. They're not sexy, right? There's a bunch of proven ways to make money. As an example, the S&P 500 is often considered the benchmark measure for annual stock market returns, and it's returned 10% per year for nearly the last century. Now, that's before inflation. And while that's not very impressive, compared to that overnight millionaire success story, right, that you saw, that they started a drop shipping store and within a month they were making tens of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars a year. But this is more attainable for an average person, the 10% per year. And truthfully, it's one of the most popular ways for the average person to increase their income. Over 56% of Americans own stocks. And that number jumps to 89% with households over 100K. Now, this is why a lot of financial experts, they sing and make sure people understand that slow and steady wins the race. That's simple. Well, why does slow and steady win the race? Well, compounding. Of course, we're going to talk about compound interest. So what makes a slow and steady stock market such a powerful money-making tool for the average person? It's that compound interest. It's a doozy. So we're going to look at an example. We're going to take a person. We're going to say they're 25 years old. They got $6,000 on their bank account, and they want to invest that money into a diversified ETF. And let's say she's choosing to retire at 67. Now, let's look at what the compounding interest is going to look like. So, this person invested $6,000 and never added any more money, not a penny. With an annual investment return of only 6%. Remember, earlier the average is 10% per year for the last century, but we're going to use 6% for this. So with an annual investment return of 6% over 67 years, her investment would grow to about $74,000 without adding any money, just putting $6,000 there and forgetting about it. Right? That's a lot of free money. Now, let's say this person invested $6,000 and added $500 a month. Now, this person would have put in a total of $252,000. Yet, with that 6% annual return on her money, plus the $500 every month, what do you think our investment's going to look like? $1.2 million. Woohoo! That number got real big real quick, didn't it? Now, just for fun, let's say this person, $6,000. An additional contribution of that $500 every month. But instead of 6%, let's raise it up to 8%. Remember, the average over the last century was 10%, so we're still below that. So 8%. Now all of a sudden, 2.25 million. Holy crap, we almost doubled it. Right? So we went from 6,000 with no additional money, $74,000 when she's ready to retire. Then we went to $6,000 plus $500 every month at a 6% rate, 1.2 million. Now we're at $6,000 plus $500 every month at an 8% rate, 2.25 million. Numbers, they get there quick, don't they? Now, sure, it takes some time, but that's compound interest for you. Now, in the difference between $74,000 and $2.25 million, you can see that the slow and steady method, it's compelling. It's enough to, turn that small investment into, millions by the time you're ready to retire. Now, of course, it's not an overnight success that's going to make headlines, but it's slow and steady, and that wins the race. And that strategy that pretty much anyone can use without relying on luck. You don't need to pick the right stock if you're just investing in a S&P 500 ETF. It's really, anyone can do it. It's that simple. Now, of course, we got to talk about time in the market being more important than timing the market. Because if you're investing for the long term, that's usually the best strategy. There's no best time to start, which basically means regardless of whether the stock market is up or down or sideways, left, right, the sooner you start and the longer your money is invested, the better you're going to do. A lot of people, when they start investing, they're hit by paralysis by analysis. Trying to get into the stock market at the right time, right? Causing them to hold off investing until they think it's ready. Realistically, no one knows what the market's going to do. It could dip the moment you invest or skyrocket seconds after you invest. You don't know. Now, over time, the stock market has grown 7 to 10% annually. So, while you may see an initial dip after you invest money, just understand and find comfort in knowing that the stock market is going to go up. Over time, it grows. That's why slow and steady wins the race, right? It's just a profound, idea for investing for retirement. Put it there, let it grow, leave it. Now, here's the thing. Small changes, they make a big difference. If you resonate with a slow and steady strategy to building wealth over time, you don't even have $6,000 like the example we used. You're not out of luck. A lot of investment platforms allow you to begin with $10. Any monthly contributions you can make now is just going to make a world of difference in the future. It's not always about trying to make more money, but saving your existing cash is one of the easiest ways to start. Little things like eating out less, doing something other than having all those streaming subscriptions, watch YouTube videos, right? Much like the power of compounding, saving in tiny areas of your life can free up a lot of money to invest in your future. So take your slow and steady steps now to, dramatically increase your future. Me personally, I like slow and steady. Because for me, again, it's not about the luck. It's not about making the right timing. It's not about finding the right deal. It's reliable, straightforward. It's good. It's what I like. But I'm not trying to convince you to make you take the slow and steady route. I'm just trying to tell you my opinion on why I think it's best. Now, take it with a grain of salt, because what's best for me, it's not best for you. Do your own research. We say this every time. But hopefully, you enjoyed the video. Hopefully, you liked it so much you're going to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. And hopefully, I'm going to see you guys in the next video. But until then, y'all be safe.